and say, yes sir, we are the #2 company making cycles. That's why we provide better quality at lesser price. Because we know we have to compete. We know it's difficult for you to accept me as a #2. So unless there is some startlingly different benefit you're going to receive, you're not going to buy it. Oh, we have a super duper product with ABC, XYZ, and then you start your sales pitch, go and sell. But talk about Eastman, don't talk about Hero. Okay, most salesmen fall for that. And the reason he is, you know why he talked about Hero? He was just trying to figure out how you compare with Hero. Yes. Give me another way.
I was just giving you that I can say to my customer that Hero is a big name. Hero is having a brand name in the market also.
Yes.
Hero is like Hero is also we are into exports, and Hero is not only also into exports, but Hero is more and more busy in domestic market for bicycles. So we have plus point here that we have more seriousness.
Very good. The only small problem, Mr. What's your name? Vivek. In this entire sales pitch, you mentioned Hero 6 times and you didn't mention Eastman even once. Small technical error. Don't worry about it. But yes, sir. Okay, don't worry. You got the point now, right? So be prepared, be presentable. Don't tell off-color jokes or make off-color remarks. Be honest and straightforward. You see, this is one thing about the profession, sales. A salesman, a successful salesman is expected to be the world's best liar. A successful salesman is notorious for being someone who is dishonest, who fools people into buying products. You need to bust that myth. You need to break that myth. People always say, I remember when I used to go around, I still see them nowadays, I don't know whether you see them in Ludhiana. Outside these smaller offices, they have placards saying, salesmen and dogs not allowed. Have you seen those boards? Yeah. Imagine what they think about salespeople. Salesmen and dogs not allowed. Let me put it to you slightly differently. Alright? You know, if it wasn't for that salesman at the Chroma shop, I would have landed up buying a bad product instead of this one. Last week I was using a product which fell out of my hand, crashed to the floor and died. Now, these pointers and these presenters are very important things for me in my profession because I use them every day, and you can see how I've been walking along, talking to you, talking to each one in turn, and at the same time filling my slides. Now to do this, if I didn't have this, I would have to have an assistant sitting there, and I would be standing behind that podium, and I've been saying, next, next, no? And now it's moving so smoothly, we have that because of the little gadget. Now how it happened to be in my hand was, I went to the shop, and I was looking at these gadgets by the price. And the salesman came up to me and said, sir, can I help you? I said, no, not really, I know what I want. He said, great. And then he saw me, he said, you're interested in presenters. I said, yes, I'm interested in presenters. He said, you're looking for a nice one. I said, yes, I had one. I bought the Microsoft presenter from Canada, and unfortunately it got stolen, and I'm looking for a nice one. So you use them very often. I said, of course, I use them every day. That means you wouldn't mind spending a little extra on a good presenter. I said, no, I definitely wouldn't. Then so I think we should take a look at this one. I looked at him once, I looked at him twice, and in my heart, I blessed the fellow. God bless you, chap. This is precisely what I wanted. And I was so happy. He became my friend after that. Because he said, sir, don't worry. If this falls out of your hand, it has got a 3-year replacement warranty. If this stops working for whatever reason, within 3 years, we'll replace it with a new one. I said, God, where did this guy come from? He's the angel Gabriel himself. So, I was so happy. I was thrilled. I mean, I really felt like, hugging him and kissing him on both cheeks. I couldn't do that in the middle of the store. But I was happy for that guy. Because he gave me important information that helped me make an intelligent purchase. Yes, it was the highest priced product. It cost 3,299, and the next one cost 2,299, and the third one cost 1,299. He convinced me about buying the most expensive one, but I blessed him for it. So salesmen are not all that bad. They sometimes help you make decisions that really make life better for you. And in my business, I like intelligent salesmen because they give me a lot of information about the latest technologies and the latest updates, which normally I would have had to spend hours and days on the net searching for that information. They come and sit down. I mean, you just visit a Chroma store or an electronic store and you ask about a laptop and you ask that salesman and give him a patient ear and you see how much you learn about laptops. He'll tell you about GB, he'll tell you about RAM, he'll tell you about speeds, he'll tell you about this chip, he'll tell you about the AMD, he'll tell you about Intel. He's a storehouse of knowledge. Wouldn't you want that information before you take a buying decision? Of course. Now, why do you take the line that all salesmen are not accepted? That's not true. In fact, in your B2B business, salesmen are much valued and are extremely important because they bring a lot of knowledge to the company, a lot of information, technical information, which people look for, and that's the best method of doing B2B selling. Promise information, go in there, deliver information, take the order and come out. We used to do that selling nuts and bolts. We had OEMs. We would go in there with a product manual, technical details, and the design engineers just love technical details. You talk about high tensile steel, this, that, falana, 12.9, 8.8, this, moly steel, what have you. Like I say moly steel, why moly steel, and DIN 315 and DIN 316, and why DIN 15316? Now, at the end of it all, he's not my best friend. I would promise to get you this, and I'll get you these standards, and I'll get you that, and I'll get back to you, go back to my office. I got an excuse to visit him again next week. And by the way, what about the orders? And the order would come because we had established a rapport, and my price was 30% higher than the competitor, and he wouldn't bother about it because that was immaterial. We were supplying him what he perceived to be best steel bolts or whatever nuts and bolts. The moral of the story is, if you can use information to sell, you'll be a successful salesman. Alright. Telephone selling. You can use the telephone to sell. How long should a call last? A cold call or a service call lasts between 3 to 5 minutes. Follow-up call 3 to 7 minutes. A presentation call for 15 to 20 minutes. Okay? Time. You must learn how to use the telephone, keeping in mind time. Keep a track of calls and results. In a call center, they check the call to lead ratio. I'm not going to go through all these details because I don't want to bore you with details, but how many contacts did you make? How do you evaluate your calls? How do you evaluate the calls that your office is making? And an average person's attention span is about 15 seconds. And an audience like this, do you know how long your attention span is? Guesses? How long would you pay attention to me? Any idea? 7 to 11 minutes maximum. 7 minutes minimum, 11 minutes maximum. After that you've gone off thinking of something else. So now what do? How do I get you back on track? The same way when you're making a sales call after 7 minutes, someone has gone off. What do you do? Interaction. Ask a question. Ask about family. I didn't ask about family, did I? Okay. Ask about your product. Divert the attention elsewhere. Give an example. Crack a joke. Talk about the weather. Anything different from what you've been saying. Stop. Silence. Start again. Some way or the other to capture attention. This is something you've got to learn to do at a fast pace. Because remember, you can't hold everybody's attention all the time forever. Extremely difficult. Okay? Keep control of the conversation. Breathe in the middle of sentences, talk in terms of you, not I. Okay, I'm not going to do all this structure of a sales call. Selling techniques, let's do this. This is something interesting. What are the techniques we use in selling? First is, begin with your prospect's need. Start off by saying, sir, what is it you're looking for when you're looking for steel rods for your axle? Alright? What do you think he's looking for now? What's he looking for? He is looking for the cheaper product with good quality. I suggest, I know you're never going to be in sales, but if you were, you are in sales, okay, then you need to change your vocabulary. The moment you say, you're looking for the cheaper product of better quality and my product fits the bill, you just shot yourself in the foot. Cheaper price, cheaper quality, lower price, lower quality. No, none of these. You're killing it. I wouldn't call my product cheaper or lower price. No, I'd say, are you looking for economy, sir? Economy. You're not talking of your price, you're talking of his economy. Are you looking for economy? Then you should be looking at my product because we offer you better value for money. Cheaper? By no means. Lower? By no means. Better value for money? Yes. Economy? Yes. Cost? What is that other one called? Affordability? Yes. Cost compatibility? Cost competitive? What's the term? What are the other terms they use? Instead of cheaper?
Cost effective.
Cost effective? Yeah. So a salesman has a different vocabulary altogether. He doesn't use bad words like those. Cheap is a bad word. Alright? So, we start by saying, sir, we have about 40 axle manufacturing companies sourcing their steel from us. We did a survey the other day to figure out what is the single most important factor that has made them buy steel from us for the last 17.5 years. Do you know, sir, what the answer was? We provided the most cost-effective option for axle manufacturers in the country. Did that mean they used only our steel? No. They tried all the available manufacturers. But they came back to us because our product proved to be effective, durable, and also cost-effective. And today all those 40 companies are turning over a profit. Some of them, sir, a profit of as high as 23.5% per annum. And the single major input in their production process is our steel. Now you've got a sales pitch moving. Now you've got that guy salivating. Now you've got him say, okay, tell me more. Alright? Even in a B2B sales pitch, it doesn't have to be glitz and tinsel and cherries or cake. It can be nuts and bolts selling. But it has to be factual. I just made up all these facts. You could put in the real facts into your pitch and present them as if you are God's messenger to him.
So the equipment is something different. Everybody is providing the better steel. The thing is, when the customer is using that steel, the X and Y unit are there, and the customer is using X unit steel as well as the Y unit steel. Y unit steel is going to sell at a lower rate with the same benefit. Our cost of production is high because the thing is, both the cost of production is high, but still they sell at a cheaper rate. That's the thing. They purchase it from them.
I didn't get this one. Both cost of production is high.
Yeah.
They sell it at a cheaper rate. So they're probably cutting profit or selling at a loss. So they are missionaries or something. They're funding someone else's company. Huh? They're sitting in Orissa closer to the raw materials. And you say transportation cost is the cutting edge between your price and his price. Alright.
We are using secondary manufacturing.
Secondary manufacturing. You mean to tell me there is no way you found out to differentiate your product? You have. Is there no benefit? Yeah, how many customers do you have?
Lot of.
Ballpark.
See 500.
You have 500 customers. Can I take a guess? Either those fellows are 500 idiots, who are morons, who are brainless, absolutely, that's why they're buying from you, or they have a good reason why they bought from you. Which one is correct? No, one. Second one is correct. So 500 guys have a reason to buy.
Yeah.
Can you tell me that reason?
Good quality steel.
There you go, that's your selling point. Now get the 500 first and the second and the third to buy for the same reason. Am I right? Those 500 guys buying your steel are not buying it for charity, are they? They're buying it because they're getting some benefit out of it. Find out what that benefit is and go and sell that benefit to the 500 first and the second and the third and the fourth. And you got your sales pitch ready there.